Hello, welcome to the Blackmagic booth at NAB 2026. My name is Simon. I'm a product specialist here at Blackmagic Design, specifically around DaVinci Resolve and post-production. And what I'm going to do today is just show you some of the highlights of DaVinci Resolve 21. So if we turn to my machine, I've got some projects set up. Now, DaVinci Resolve, again, as always, there's a huge amount of new features. We've got things like IntelliSearch, face aging and de-aging. So we've got a plethora of new tools. Now, one of the first tools that is really interesting is something called IntelliSearch. So IntelliSearch gives users the ability to search their clips for people and specific objects as well. So it will identify cars and trees and animals. So to save users kind of having to search through an array of clips to find what they're looking for, the new IntelliSearch can do that for them. So for example, if I go and take a look at some files in here, I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom. You can see I'm just going to select these clips in Resolve. I'm just going to select a handful of clips. And I've got an IntelliSearch button up the top here. And as you can see, I can do all the clips in my media pool or just some of them. But if I click the IntelliSearch button, it says, what would you want to search for? Do you want to search for an IntelliSearch? Do you want to do Slate, which I'll come back to? We've got audio transcription and audio classification. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say Analyze for IntelliSearch. So if I click Analyze, it's going to go away and it's going to analyze the content of these shots and identify objects and people in it. You can see once it's had an IntelliSearch done on it, I get a little icon here. But now what I can do is I can actually do a search. So if I take a look at, if I start to look for the word elephant, so I know there's some elephants in these shots, I hit return, it'll pull up the clips with the elephant in. So again, here we go. Here are the clips. It's also clever enough to recognize when something is in frame and not in frame. So if we take a look at this clip here, there's a yellow marker in the thumbnail, and that yellow marker stops, and it's basically this elephant here actually drops under the water, so it actually loses it, which is amazing. So it can identify the object that you're looking for when it's in shot and not in shot. You can also create a smart bin for this, so if you've got the results, you can say, create me a smart bin, and again, I'll just call this elephant.
A lot of this stuff.
And I'll hit create, and now within my smart bins, there are all my clips. So that's what the IntelliSearch does. We've also got an option for Slate as well. So again, you know, people often want to identify slates in shot. So if you've got clapperboards, so again, I can select a series of clips, and again, with the IntelliSearch option, I can say Analyze for Slate, and it will use a marker color. It's already been done in these clips, so to save you watching the analysis. So again, if I double click on this clip here, you can see I've got a marker, and that is where the slate is. Another really cool thing about the slates as well is when you've got information on the slate, you may want to have this as metadata attached to the file. So what you can actually do in the metadata window, I have an option called Slate ID. So if I click on Slate ID, it will analyze the clip and look at what is on the slate and give me options to add this to my metadata. So again, when it finish analyzing just a second. So as you can now see, I've got things like camera, roll, scene, take. So I go, right, this is B cam, it's roll A, the scene is Bodie, and it's take 1. So again, I can select these, and now I hit save. So now when I go into shot and scene and scroll down, got Bodie, take 1, camera B, roll A100. So you can take the metadata from the slate and put it into the metadata that's attached to the clip. So again, these are, again, on Neural Engine, our AI features. DaVinci Resolve's AI is designed to kind of speed up the workflow. It's never designed to replace the person in the chair. We don't do any sort of generative AI. All the material is integral to the system. You know, we don't upload clips to the cloud and let an AI system analyze it and learn it and bring it back down. It's all part of the system. Our AI is, again, just designed to speed up some of these laborious tasks that you have in your workflow. Now, speaking of AI, we've got some new AI effects that are very, very cool. They're very clever. One of the first ones is something called AI age transform. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open this up. And as you can see, I've got an age transform in here. What I'm going to do is, I don't want to keyframe this, I don't think. Sorry, it's been pre-built in keyframes. So again, what I can do with this, if I detect faces in the frame, make sure this is all tracked. And now what I can start to do is, put a keyframe in there as well. I'll put a keyframe in there. Sorry guys, this is a pre-built. So let me just retract this. I'm just going to retract this. There we go. So now what I can do, I can start to affect the subject's age. So I can make him, I'll just adjust the age offset. So again, I can sort of start to make him very young. Or again, if I drag this, I can start to make him really old. So again, that's all done. DaVinci Resolve recognizes facial features and how to age a person, or de-age a person for that matter. One of my favorite ones, we've got something called face reshaping. This is really cool. So let me reset this node grade. So I've got something called a face reshaper. And as the name suggests, what I can do is I can detect a face in the frame. I can track it, so I can get Resolve to track the face. And then when that tracking has finished, I can uncheck the overlay, and now I'm just going to get it where the guy's facing us. So now I can adjust kind of the size, the width of his face. I can adjust the length of it. And again, I've got Resolve recognizes all the parameters as well. So he's a bit too smiley for me. I want to make him a little bit more serious. I can say, adjust the smile, so I'll make him a little bit more serious.
That's very
sort of make his mouth a little bit more narrow.
That's really
Make his eyes a touch bigger. So as you can see, I can reshape his face. And because Resolve has already recognized the facial features, it's automatically tracking this.
yeah.
So that's said, they're just some of the new sort of AI features in DaVinci Resolve 21. One of the biggest updates that we've done in DaVinci Resolve 21 has a new page. So it has a photo page in. So you've been able to sort of adjust photo RAWs in DaVinci Resolve for a while, but one of the issues you had was always a bit of a workaround because you always are limited to the resolution of a timeline. So you're always working like an HD or Ultra HD timeline. And, you know, a lot of photographers wanted to see the full resolution of their file. And, you know, we have a lot of people who use DaVinci Resolve for fashion brands and marketing. So again, we had customers that, you know, if you had a fashion shoot, they had an amazing photo that they adjusted and then go, right, get all the video to match that photo. And now with the photos page, they can see that photo in real kind of full resolution. So what I can do is I can just jump into the photo page. And I can go and get my, let me go and get my photo album. So let me click that back. Click off that. So if we go into my dresses, this is my dresses photo album. So I can create photo albums quite easily. And once you've got clips in a photo album, I can sort of click and drag and see all the bits in this. So again, let me go and find the photo that I quite like. There are quite a few photos in here. I like some of these. These are quite striking. So again, this is the full resolution. I've got raw and photo settings. So in the raw settings, I can go and adjust the raw settings. So again, for this, the white balance is as shot. I think it looks a little bit cool. So I could say, well, go and use daylight. It's a little bit bright as well. So I could adjust the exposure a little bit. I might want to just lift the mid-tone detail. I've made it a little bit too dark. Let me just up that, maybe adjust the sharpness. Again, if I go into the photo settings as well, I can zoom in, I can crop. So, you know, I can sort of crop into the photo. I can adjust the position for that. So again, but what this also does as well is you also have access to kind of the full Resolve color tools as well. So I can adjust the raw settings here, I can adjust the photo settings, but then, you know, people will say as well, we want to change the color of the dress. But then all of DaVinci Resolve's color tools are available too. So if I jump into the color page, what I can now start to do is use things like my Magic Mask tool. So I can say within my Magic Mask,
We can actually use a specific
go and select the Magic Mask. And again, I'm just going to
move that to exactly the
maybe remove the skin tone, which is good. Again, if I take a look at the highlight, I've selected my dress there. That looks quite nice.
It's doing it.
And again, I can, you know, I can start to do things like adding notes. And now I can seamlessly change the color of the dress. So, you know, I can change the hue,
Now you have the
change the saturation. So again, you've got that photo control, but then you've also got all of DaVinci Resolve's color tools and color science available to you as well. And that's kind of a really big thing.
stretch out.
As I said, we've got a lot in edit. We've got a huge amount of updates in the edit page, in the color page, in Fusion as well. One of the things that I love, one of my favorites for grading, let me just go and load in a different timeline. One of the things that I love for grading is something called the Multi-Master Trim Manager. So what colorists would do is maybe do a grade and then go, I need a grade in a different output color space. And what they used to have to do is kind of go and maybe duplicate a timeline. But then, you know, again, the more you introduce to the project, maybe the more things can go wrong. So now what we've got in the color page, we've got something called the Multi-Master Trim Manager. So at the moment, I've got a trim here, and I'm just going to call this, I'm going to turn it on first, and I'm going to call this SDR. Sorry, I'm just going to reach under the keyboard here. So I'm just going to call this SDR. And now what I'm going to do is add a trim pass and call this HDR. And in the settings here, I can say use custom settings. So instead of using the timeline output color space, I'm going to say go and do a P3 D65 HDR.
Right here.
So if I now save this, so now at any point you can see the multi-trims appear in the nodes display in here. But at any point I can simply say select trim pass and choose my HDR one rather than my SDR one. So what you can do is, that's great, because what you can do is you can load one into render and then go, right, do a trim pass and load the other one into render. It's just an easy way of kind of managing things like trim passes. You can even do it on resolution as well. So if you need to do a 9:16 resolution, you can do that as well. So again, it just makes the workflow so much easier. So they're just some of the highlights in DaVinci Resolve 21. Obviously, there's about 150 sort of new features. Again, if people want to go and try this, the beta is available now to download. Again, if you just want to try DaVinci Resolve, there is a free version, and there's a free version of Resolve 21. Not all the features, some of the AI features are studio only, but again, it's available for people to go and download and try. So hopefully that's answered some of your questions today. For more information, please visit the Blackmagic website, or if you're in and around Vegas, come and visit us. You've got today and tomorrow to come and see us, and you can get a little bit more up close and personal if you're in the area. So, what's up, say? Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for watching.